And we're going. All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Rennie Baby. This is my stepdaughter, Savannah. She's going to be playing with makeup with me today. We sat there and we did a Wish unboxing-ish thing. It was about a 15-minute video. I don't know if I'm going to post it or not. These are the brushes that I got from Wish. We thoroughly cleaned them with 90% alcohol because, you know, they came from China. And I'm not a germaphobe, but I really don't want COVID-19 anywhere near me. I don't like having the flu, let alone anything else like the flu. I've had pneumonia in my life. It sucks. All right, so what we're doing today, other than testing out some of those brushes, I'm not using all of them because they are way too tiny. I think I'm going to use them for like Halloween like makeup or something like that with the creamy stuff that you get like for $2 at Dollar General and shit. And do maybe makeup looks with those brushes because they're really, really stiff. They're soft, but they're stiff. All right, so I got the idea that we're going to do some flat earth questions with my stepdaughter. She's not a flat earther, but I want to sit there and see a layman's response to these questions. All right, so I'm also going to be doing my makeup. So
me too.
Yeah.
I'll be doing my eyeshadow.
All right, so am I. I'm going to be using the Jeffree Star palette. We're both. You going to use it too?
Yes.
It's this one. It's the Bloodlust palette. So pretty. I've been using it. I have a couple of Instagram pictures up already of using that. And I'm going to use my mirror here. So you can either use that base or you can use... I only have this tiny thing of Shape Tape is $10 at Ulta. So it is tiny, tiny, tiny. 1 milliliter.
There's been a lot of controversy about it being them not having inclusive shades in their line.
Well, I mean, they're not. This is light medium, and it's kind of too light for me. But I'm mixed, so I don't count. So, anyways. All right. So I have to take off my glasses because I'm blind as a bat, but I need to read my questions. And first one, I'm going to sit there and go over the 5 things that they flat earth proofs, or what they sit there and they call flat earth proofs. One is it looks flat. And our response to that, as people that believe that the earth is a globe, like it is that, of course it looks flat. It's too fucking big.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you're this tiny little ant on a gigantic vista. You can't see that far. Like, you're just not going to be able to see that far.
I bet the ants think the world's flat, too.
Right? I would pretty good. Anything that's smaller than a human would probably think the earth is flat from their vantage point, honestly.
If only birds could talk.
Right? They fly up in the sky and see the curve. I mean, I have seen the curve. People say that they have never seen the curve from an airplane. I have.
What? I saw it while I was parasailing.
Like, well, see, there you
literally.
Go. She went to Florida and went parasailing.
I took a video. I could show you a video, and you can see the curvature of the earth in the video.
Yeah.
Like, that's so... It's just so ignorant.
Yeah. I mean,
This is not very thick.
No, it's very really see-through. But you don't need that much on your eyeball, and it'll get the jump on. That's the that's eyeshadow primer that she's using. I just use some concealer. So, anyways. Next thing is water finds its own level, and that oceans and whatnot have to be flat to sit there and look the way that they do.
Like the bottoms. Talking about like the bottom of the ocean has to be flat, so the world's flat. Like
no, because water is flat on top, then it's flat all over, and it doesn't conform to the outside of a globe. They sit there.
It's literally what we talked about earlier.
Yeah, they sit there and they have a picture of a tennis ball soaked in water spinning really fast because they say that the world spins at 1,000 miles an hour. But it's like, you wouldn't feel going 1,000 miles an hour. Do you feel like you're going 60 miles an hour in a car going down the highway?
It's so dumb. We are inside the atmosphere of the Earth, completely separate from the space of, like, the outside. The whole thing as a whole doesn't have the same technical atmosphere as we humans do, I guess. Like, the world is in space. We have atmosphere on the planet. It doesn't go into space. Yeah. So it's completely separate. So, of course, the spinning of the world, you can't feel it because you're on it.
Yeah, you're on it, so you're not going to feel it.
No.
And it's because it's going a constant rate that you're not going to feel it.
Exactly.
It's called conservation of momentum. People have brought it up to you guys, but you want to completely ignore it. That's the technical term. Hers is a breakdown of somebody that is a very basic layman, kind of like me. But it all follows the same kind of logic. Water finds its own level to the center of the Earth, which, since the Earth is a globe, it's going to be sucked down into the center of it. So, of course, it's going to look flat, like everything else looks flat. But water is not actually flat. It does sit there and conform to the outside. Earth is actually Earth all the way through to the center. Like, it's got the iron nickel core. It's hard, solid. The water is just on the surface. And if you put the equivalent of the amount of water on the surface of a tennis ball, which would be a drop of water, literally, that's how big we're talking, a drop of water on the outside of a tennis ball, and then rotate it one time a day. Which, rotating a tennis ball one time a day, how long would that take? How slow would that look? Like, seriously.
I don't know. I couldn't imagine. Test it out and just do time lapse.
Like the people, like all the astronauts and everything out in space, they sit there and they don't see the Earth moving. Like the ones that went to the moon, they wouldn't see really the Earth moving because it only rotates one time a day. It's going so damn slow. I mean, it's only on a massive
It takes 24 hours to get to the other side. Like,
right.
From watching it, like, obviously. That's how the sun gets all the way back around in the exact same spot. You know?
Yeah.
Science.
Okay. Science, bro. Science.
Already proven facts wrong.
They keep bringing up the world record photography and Chicago skyline. I don't know if you've ever seen the Chicago skyline. They keep bringing up this one picture. I think it came from one side of Lake Michigan to Chicago. Okay? It was like 60 miles. Something like that. And they were like, oh, well, you can't see it. You shouldn't be able to see it because it should be way past the curve. Well, normally it is past the curve. But on these really special, like really foggy, is it foggy days? It's, no, really cold days across the lake. Like, refraction actually makes things go higher up in the sky so you can see it. So you technically can see a little bit further. It's a miraging effect, you know? So it looks kind of wavy and everything. It doesn't look like the actual skyline. They always want to say, no, that's the actual skyline, but it's a mirage of a skyline.
Oh my goodness.
I am tapping into, by the way, hiking. I don't know what you're looking into.
Right now, I am tapping into Scandal Water.
It's that blue one.
I changed my mind on what I was going to do.
She was going to do a red look until she started dipping in her.
Until I saw this blue over here, and I'm like, we can play around with those together.
All right. Oh, my eyes are actually working with me today. I'm not getting my wrinkles, since I'm 40 and have fucking eye wrinkles that I have to combat. Stupid shit. Anyways. Alright, but you get miraging, right? Like how it sits there and raises up, or how things in the distance from, like even over, see, off in the desert, you know, that hazing and everything, that's how, like, the heat lines you see off the concrete when you're driving down the road, heat lines, how it sits there and distorts things from, so you wouldn't be able to see that far on a hot day because of all of the miraging and everything.
And with all the pollution from coming from cars, like the gasoline heat.
Like, so it makes,
it's like distorting things. I notice that in the drive-thru sometimes behind people. And you see this stuff coming up out of their car. And
right,
like
so
blurry through it.
On a hotter day, you can't see as far because of all that shit, you know, making things difficult to see, like the hazy lines and all that everything. But on a cold day, you can see further because all that stuff isn't affecting your vision, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this one mirage picture of Chicago skyline was done on a really cold day, and even the weather forecaster on the news, by the way, the weather forecaster, I saw the weather for that picture, even said that this is a very strange thing that will not happen all of the time. You should not be able to see the Chicago skyline. It's only because of this certain atmospheric phenomenon that you can actually see that far. And it's not even, really cool, isn't it? Yeah. So, like, you can't see that far normally, but on these certain days during the certain weather conditions, you can see a mirage. So it's kind of like, since it's over water, it's like if the water reflected the image up into the sky almost, kind of thing. Yeah. That's the only way I can picture it, is that it's the picture of the Chicago skyline. It's not the actual Chicago skyline. So, but you understand that, don't you? I do. And I find that fascinating.
It's really cool.
I mean, you can only get those effects because of, like, lensing effects and visual effects, like, and your eyes play tricks on you all the damn time.
No.
Like, these people that it says they want to sit there and say it looks flat, so it is flat, but it's like your eyes play tricks on you all the damn time. So you can't sit there and say that your eyes are 100% ever. Exactly. Not everybody can sit there and see those 3D pictures from back in the day, from the 90s or whatever. The ones that have the scattered dots and whatnot. If you unfocus your eyes, you can see, like, a wolf on a mountaintop, or a sailboat or some shit like that. The ISS is a sound stage, and there's wires during the ISS live streams, so space is fake. And all the pictures from NASA are CGI. They're not real. And the only evidence that they have of that is one guy saying that they had to they had a satellite going around the Earth, and it was really close, so they could only sit there and get really close pictures. So, like, when you're looking at, like, Google Earth or something like that, and you zoom in and you see, like, this one small box, that's all you see. So it would be like, actually, if you zoom out, you can sit there and see where they've overlaid the boxes, you know? You can even see it on Google Earth, because those are actual pictures of land masses. Google Earth is a thing, and those are real pictures of the Earth. So when you zoom in and zoom out, you can actually see kind of like the staggering of pictures where even like the colors don't line up properly. So that, they sat there and they did a whole entire picture of Earth and called it the blue marble. But it was that. They sat there and they took a bunch of those overlaid pictures and pasted them together, and they said, well, the picture has to be CGI because of how we made it. And they use that as proof that all pictures from NASA are CGI. Oh my god. Cringe. So, like, those pictures from, there are several pictures that they use that are CGI, like the ones like Neptune, and before they actually sent the probe out there, it was the probe that went to Saturn. I can't remember the name of it. But there was a probe that went to Saturn that took pictures of everything. Took pictures of Saturn, took pictures of Jupiter, all of the moons around Jupiter. Those were actual pictures. Some of them were just data, like ones and zeros sent back over space because it's so far. They had to sit there and put it down to the easiest, like the easiest thing to broadcast. So there's radio signals that have ones and zeros that come back into a computer and get processed into a picture. So, I mean, somewhat CGI. It's a computer rendering of what the probe saw. So, but they are pictures, digital pictures of Jupiter and Saturn. And Saturn has this really cool hexagon hurricane on the North Pole.
Ooh.
I know, isn't that fucking cool?
Yeah,
So,
that sounds really interesting.
there are pictures of Saturn, the top of the North Pole of Saturn, and it has a hexagon hurricane rotating around it, and has rotated around it for I don't know how many damn years. I watch way too many documentaries while I'm falling asleep at night. All right, so I loved this Jeffree Star palette. Oh my god, so badass.
That's really nice.
You know, when I first saw it, I sat there and didn't think that the purples were dark enough. And then there's that one that's over here. It's kind of a gray purple.
Really?
What's the name of that one?
Dungeon.
Yeah, Dungeon is gray purple. This one is that deep but bright purple that I love. Yes, I'm using my mini breaker palette mirror because it also has purples on it, and I'm just feeling purple right now. All right, let's see. Oh, so have you ever seen some of the live streams from the ISS where they're like going around the space station for like 45 minutes to an hour, and they're going
for
in
like a couple minutes,
and they're going in and out of doorways and everything. Mm-hmm. They think that there's wires holding them up, going through doorways and everything. Like it's not. But they also sit there and think all of it's CGI and it's on a soundstage.
Okay. It doesn't make any sense. It's contradicting their own argument already. You just have some consistency in your facts.
Like, you can't sit there and have a wired rig going through doorways. No. Like, they don't have their feet on the ground when they're going through doorways. They're literally floating. And if you sit there and you've heard that one astronaut that went up there for a year, I've watched the documentary on him. It was A Year in Space.
That sounds cool, though.
Yeah. Well, he had a twin brother. I'm trying to remember his damn name. I'm sorry if I completely forgot it. His brother was living down here on Earth while he was up in space, and they're identical twins, and they wanted to see, like, genetically, DNA-wise, they're identical. So they wanted to see what the difference is of a person being in space versus being on Earth.
That's so cool. Was there like a big difference?
I mean, not much. He sat there and he did grow a little bit, like, because his spine elongated, but as long as...
Did it hurt when he came back?
No, they do exercises and everything. I think his bone density was decreased. I don't think they finished all of the study though. I sat there and I've watched some of the documentary, but not all of it. I am not 100% on all of my facts with that.
Gotcha.
See, that's the other thing about smart people. They normally admit when they're wrong or they don't know everything about something. Like, I know a lot of shit about a lot of shit. I don't know everything about everything. There's a lot of people that come to me for advice on all kinds of stuff. She does. Friends do. Her friends do.
True.
Okay, so next one. Oh yeah, and they don't sit there and they think that it's the thing that's up in the sky that you can see as the ISS going over, because I've seen it a couple times go over the sky in Indianapolis. Mm-hmm. And I actually, look up the times on I think it's called transit.org, and it sits there and says when they are going to cross over, where they're going to cross over, and you can literally stand outside and see the little it looks like a light going across the sky.
Really?
But it's going really fucking fast. Like, if it was back in the, the 50s or 60s, man, I would sit there and call UFO. But I know what the fuck it is, so it's not unidentified. It's ISS.
That's funny.
Quoting Neil deGrasse Tyson there. It's called UFO because it's not identified. I know what the fuck it is. It's identified. It's the ISS. It's not a UFO. And it's not just some stupid light up in the sky. And the ISS is real. Okay, can't have a pressurized system next to a vacuum. Talking about how we have an atmosphere and it's a pressurized system. Because we have atmosphere and the atmospheric pressure and everything. Mm-hmm. They think that we can't have an atmospheric pressure next to a vacuum, which is outer space. Okay, so.
Why not?
Okay, they always bring up this, the second law of thermodynamics. I'm literally doing this all by memory, so if I get anything wrong, do not roast me. Okay. So, second law of thermodynamics is where you can't have a pressurized system next to a vacuum. So, if you have an absolute vacuum here and you have gas here, and there's like this little space in between, and as soon as they take away the block in that little space, the pressure is going to go over to this side. Which that's true, but we have a gradiated system where it gets thinner and thinner as we go up. Exactly. You can't breathe as well. There's less oxygen. They have to wear oxygen masks. It's really cold because you're getting closer to outer space.
That's why it's so dangerous to hike those snowy mountains.
Mount Everest and K2 and that stuff. Yes. Let's see what else. So yeah, again, bullshit. She said, I like your answer. Oh, your answer to that. Why?
For real, though. So serious.
She did call, we were in the middle of watching Ragical, the Unhallowed Nights, last video, and it was with Red Pill Philosophy, the dude with the beard, which is also the reason, if any of my family members, are watching this, that's one of the main reasons why I'm telling King Murder to get rid of his beard, because every time I see his beard get too scruffy or unmanaged, I sit there and start thinking about flat earthers and I want to punch him in the face. So he's keeping it trimmed and lined up and nice looking, so I don't want to punch my own boyfriend in the face. Husband, boyfriend, fiance, whatever you want to fucking call him today. Life partner. All right, I don't know what the hell else I want to do or what. I think I'm going to use this one. Fuck it. Okay. And all right, okay, so this is the litmus test to see how smart you are.
Oh gosh.
Well, okay, here's the easy one.
I'm life smart. I'm not book smart.
I did ask her before we did this, how good are you at math? So there is...
I'm good at math.
Okay, so there is a geometry question in here. Mm-hmm. There is a scientific notation question in here. Do you remember scientific notations?
No.
Okay, well...
I don't think I learned those, actually.
You probably did, but you don't remember.
I really don't think I learned them. I remember talking about them, but I never, actually learned them.
Okay. All right. Well, we can teach you something today.
Is that to the, -6?
10, yeah, whatever times 10 to the negative whatever. Or positive whatever.
Yeah, I
it's
did learn that.
because of really big numbers or really small numbers.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw that, so I'm like...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know that.
Okay.
Stuff,
all right, so she's kind of cheating.
No, I just glimpse.
Okay, so that question, I have the Writer of Dinosaurs t-shirt that quotes J.M. Truth as saying that 10 to the negative 17 is a negative number. Is that a true statement or a false statement? $10 to the negative 17. So I do have it written down. So 10 to that. That's how you say it's to that. So 10.
Yeah, I know. I was just
with that.
Thinking.
Would that be? Oh,
is it true or false? What?
Is it a negative number?
No.
Now, why is it not a negative number then?
Because it's an odd number to the exponential?
No.
Negative?
No. I mean, yeah, no. Okay, so this number, because it's sit right there, is how many zeros are going to be involved. The negative tells you what side of the decimal point it is. So a negative would be on this side of the decimal, so it would make it a very small number. And then if it's a positive, it would make it on the other side of the decimal, so it would be a really big number.
Gotcha.
So if it was 10 to the 17th...
I know that means where you put the decimal point.
Right.
I just don't know how to tell if it's negative or positive.
That would be... It's a positive number. It's just a really small number because it would be 0.17 zeros.
Okay.
And then whatever the number is. So like 1.
Okay.
Okay? And then if that was a positive number, that would be 1 with 17 zeros at the end of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She did say that it was a positive number. No, you're positive times a negative is a negative. That's where you're. I think, and that's where he was getting that, was that it's a negative number because it's a positive times a negative is a negative, but it's not. That's not what that problem is saying. That problem is saying 10. How many zeros are involved? It's like, yeah, it's called scientific notation. Y'all should look it up. I'm just saying. All right. Triangles with the internal angles of 1, 1, and 1 have...
What the fuck did you just say? You're going to start over.
Okay. So you have a triangle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just draw a triangle.
I can picture a triangle.
Okay. So you have a triangle, right? The inside angles are 1, or the inside numbers are 1, 1, and 1, the sides. So what would the angles of that be? Do you remember from...
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to use my brain to rack on my memory because I know this. I just have to dig deep, that shit's been going for a minute.
Keep in mind, I've been out of fucking high school since before you were born.
Yeah, but, I have shit memory. Like, especially shit memory.
At least she admits when she's lacking in something. Okay,
but,
so do you...
No, I can answer the question.
Okay. So you remember the rule about triangles?
Triangles are 180 degrees, right? So you just divide that by 3.
Okay,
because obviously, if it's 1, 1, and 1, they're all the same size, which means they're all the same angles.
Okay.
So...
Perfect.
18 divided by 3 is 60.
Yep, so 60 degrees is the answer.
Perfect.
See, she's already smarter than most flat earthers. All right, now this is the other math question. What is the answer of 5 divided by 0?
Isn't that error on the calculator, or is that...
There you go.
That's, not possible.
Right. Okay. So, why is it not possible?
You can't divide by nothing.
Right. There you go.
It's just not...
You can't divide into nothing.
5 divided by 0 is 5, because you're not dividing it.
Right.
It just doesn't work.
It doesn't work anymore.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, okay. So, there you go. She passed the litmus test. So we were watching Red Pill Philosophy and Ragical the Unholy Night earlier, and she came out with this. She sat there and just outright said it. It's like, he said, what was it, that something about your brain matter or something like that. And
he was like, you're using your brain in your skull or something like that, and I'm like, which you do not have, or of which you don't have,
You're completely missing it.
Yeah. So how would he know anything about it if he doesn't got it?
You do really. You want to hear what he calls high IQ research.
What?
He thinks that he's doing really top level Mensa shit by having 200 web browsers open.
What? That just sounds like chaos.
Right? That's what I'm thinking.
That's too much stress. Okay, how are you going to know which tab is which? You're going to have to click on them because it literally just says a few words. And if you're looking up the same thing, obviously they're all going to say pretty much the same thing in the tab. So, like, oh gosh,
all I do is look up flat Earth shit
it just sounds like some ADHD tendency
from other flat earthers.
That's probably why they sound so dumb. They can't focus on one fact enough to prove it.
I'm really wondering at some point if this is like how you would normally tell if people were I don't even know. Like sometimes they're just so fucking stupid I can't fucking deal.
Like, hello? Is anyone there?
Like your dad literally just shuts down. He goes, you've brought too much stupid in this room that I can't deal. I sit there and say that it makes me feel smarter just listening to him and going, oh my God, I actually know the answer to this question. What the hell? What was another one? Coriolis effect. They don't understand Coriolis effect and how hurricanes in the north rotate one way and hurricanes in the southern hemisphere rotate another way because of the rotation of the earth. I am using Oral in my inner corner because I love that color and I love the name Oral. I love that color. It's so fucking pretty. I don't know if you can see or not, but it's fucking beautiful. And out in the sunlight, which is pretty fucking funny since it's like midnight. Hello. Now you're actually going to be in the video because I'm just going to post this after we're done. This is King Murder 73. He's on Mixer and also YouTube and Facebook.
And my birth certificate.
Well,
we bring him up as smartasses.
the first one I can deny. The second one I'm stuck with.
All right, so these brushes are really, really
What do you
stiff.
think so far?
I think I'm higher than a giraffe's nuts.
Okay.
Okay, looks cute.
Thanks.
Okay. No response to nothing to say about mine, huh?
Hey.
Love you, dude.
Because you're always beautiful, fuckhead.
Aw,
And
thanks,
I'm not?
honey. Love you.
Just kidding. You walked into that truck.
Don't start.
Don't answer that. Don't
All
touch
right,
my
go.
ears.
Go away. All right, continuing on.
What do you think so far?
I like that one. Yeah, I like that.
I haven't finished the inside of this one yet, but I'm doing like a purple sparkly inside. I'm gonna do the underneath different.
Oh,
just to add more color pop.
Oh, nice.
I'm using this, but I'm using this blue as well
yeah.
because it's so bright and sparkly.
Uh-huh.
It gave me like frosty vibes, so
Yeah.
I wanted to do something like that.
I love the names of this palette. This pink I'm using is called Foreplay.
Oh, I love that. Very dirty palette.
The inner corner was Oral. This one on my eyelid is called Bite Me.
Did you notice that the green on this one is called
Vile Serpent.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Nate. Excuse me. Oh, something
Shit,
stuck in my
that
throat.
frog in your throat.
Yeah, man.
They still talk and everything.
Tis the
As far as I know, they're still friendly. I mean, Jeffree still has a house in fucking Michigan, which it probably, I'm guessing, was gonna be a gift to Nate, saying, "Here you go, deuces, bitches." But that's just a thought.
Mm-hmm.
Here you go. You can get to go back home in a really nice house. I don't know if Jeffree's ever gonna go visit that bitch ever again. I would not be surprised if he ever visited that house ever again in Michigan. He's too fabulous for Michigan anyway.
I swear.
Anyways. So, Yeah, so red pill philosophy and his high IQ research is about 200 open tabs on his desktop. And then here's the most recent news out of the flat earth bullshit is one of the dudes, his name is Nathan Thompson. He's a flat earther, and he decided to go to an elementary school and shout at the kids about flat earth.
That is just like setting up to get on the sex offenders registry. You don't go yell at children about your... Like, they can't do anything about it. Why are you yelling at them?
Also...
What are they going to do?
He live streamed it. Oh my gosh. He live streamed it.
Hey everyone, look how stupid I'm being today.
He had some of his...
Living life on the edge.
He had some of his followers literally say, no, dude, no, that's not how you do this.
No.
That's not how you that's not how... They were calling it flat smacking.
That works. I like that.
Flat smacking.
That's...
We should flat smack her back to jail.
I swear.
I think it's... you know what? The only people that are in jail are stupid people, are people that do stupid shit. Like, those are the people that end up in jail.
Honestly.
Stupid people.
Don't get caught.
Stupid people and people that do stupid shit. Like, there could be smart people. They do end up doing stupid shit. Mm-hmm. They end in jail. Alright, so I think I'm done with mine. I'm going to do my eyebrows and my mascara. See, I sat there and I did blue on my eyes a couple of times, and your dad kept calling me Mimi, and...
Mimi? Who's that?
From Drew Carey show. The heavyweight chick with the blonde hair and the blue eyeshadow all the time.
I have no clue.
Oh, yeah. You're leaning too forward.
Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. But, Mimi, she always had blue eyeshadow. And it was like one color of blue, and it was a really bright, intense, in-your-face fucking blue.
Oh, my. Oh.
See,
Like that.
I've gotten used to using this. It's the Shape and Define Easy Breezy Brow. But I've gotten used to using this mascara wand as a fucking... This is actually for brows, so... But it has a damn mascara wand. Anyways. He sat there and went to the elementary school, started shouting at kids about flat earth and saying that water, large bodies of water are always flat, or large bodies of water do not curve. That was what he said.
Okay. Don't do drugs. Stay in school and don't do drugs.
Please, kids, stay in school and don't do drugs. I beg of you, so that you will not end up like Nathan Thompson and his dumb ass. All right, and so, but yeah, he the school ended up calling the cops on his ass.
Oh yeah.
And
wonder how long that took.
Went to his house, and from the sounds of it, he was not the most cordial person the first time around. So the second time around, they came back with like 4 cops and arrested him. And apparently he said that he was really, really cordial because he didn't want, or he was nicer than they thought he was going to be. He said something along those lines. He was nicer than they thought he was going to be. So it's like, what? Were you going to be an absolute dickhead in the first fucking place? Or were you already a dickhead to the police officers in the first place? That they thought that they were going to need all those people to tackle your bony ass? Because at some point in this tirade that he's done, he's been a breatharian, and now he's a vegan. But like, he thought he could live with no food, no water, just air. There's also another flat earther that drinks his own urine.
That's probably why he thinks the world is flat. I
can't. I this all the damn time while I'm watching these videos. And it's always somebody coming up to me and going, what are you watching? A flat earth video. And then they sit there and they start asking me, like, why do people sit there and think the earth is flat? And these are the reasons why. Like, no shit. It looks flat. Well, no shit. It's fucking huge.
Do you believe in God? I want to ask all the flat earthers if they believe in God.
They're actually, well, they're sitting there and using the Bible as one of their reference pages.
Oh my gosh!
That in the Bible that says that there's a firmament, and that's what we're living on. So we're literally living in God's giant petri dish, and we're his science experiment. Apparently, that makes them feel special. What makes me feel special is to know that I only exist because of 100 million different circumstances that sat there and landed me to be where I'm at to this fucking day. Mm-hmm. Even with, the Big Bang. If one supernova did not actually explode, we would not have the substance to actually be us. We're made of stardust. Like, knowing that I'm literally connected to the rest of the world, the rest of the universe, is awe-inspiring to me. Thinking that I'm in some dude's fucking petri dish pisses me off.
Yeah, same. It's like, I'm not your pet.
Honestly, yeah, see that right there. That's the reason why I can't fucking get behind a goddamn God and a firmament. Is because I can't sit there and ever think that I'm living in some science person's petri dish growing around some gelatinous goo. Like, that just irks the shit out of me to sit there and think that other people think that that's our universe, or that's our world. Because, I mean, every single model that we've seen so far has been, this flat disc with a projection of a globe on it, which we all know is a projection of a globe. If you actually looked at that projection in the right context, it would be a fucking globe. They're, like, completely missing context. And then putting a wall around it as Antarctica. They think that it's forbidden to go to Antarctica. Did you watch that? Like, nobody's allowed to go there.
Oh, wait. I just found that out, like, this year that you can't. So.
Yeah,
you can.
You
That's
can.
what I meant to say.
Yeah.
I thought that you couldn't.
Oh, you thought
I thought you had to be, like, a scientist to go there.
No, they have cruise ships that go there now.
That's what somebody told me.
You like, all of them are like, I sat there and I looked up the cost of one. It was like $13,000, but a lot of that was because of all the insurance and other travel costs that are included in that. So, like, they bring you from where you live down to Chile. You get on a boat from Chile to go to Antarctica.
That's awesome.
And then there's some of them that go to the geographic south. No, not the geographic South Pole, but they go to the magnetic South Pole, and people, like, take pictures there and all that other kind of shit.
That's cool.
Yeah, there's expeditions with normal people. Yes, you have to have money for this, but I mean, if you got on your own boat from Chile and sat there and rode your ass down there, they really wouldn't stop you. Like, there's not, like,
I want
penguins.
to sail the world one day.
There's not penguins with fucking machine guns on the end of goddamn Antarctica or anything. How do you sit there and think that we got the movie March of Penguins? There was some dude in a parka with a camera freezing his tits off with all those fucking penguins. Like, they did that shit. I find it fascinating. I don't sit there and I don't find a lot of scientists that are not trustworthy. Like, they're not like evil mad scientists from movies and stuff most of the time. They're normally genuinely helpful and honest people, as far as I've noticed. I mean, sometimes their mouth runs too fast for their brain and they make mistakes. or they describe something wrong. But these fuckers want to sit there and cherry pick every goddamn little sentence and then take it completely out of context.
Mm-hmm.
Like they said, oh, well, Neil deGrasse Tyson said you can go 100,000, feet up in the sky and the world won't look flat. Well, or the earth will still look flat. It won't look like it's rounded. But I mean, honestly, it's a matter of atmospheric conditions on the day that you fly. If you can sit there and see the curve or not. Like if it's really cloudy, you're not going to be able to see the curve. It's going to look flat.
It's true.
But if it's clear, you can almost see it like I've gone high up in the sky at night and during the day. And you can see pretty damn far. And you don't have the atmosphere down on the freaking earth to block some of your view of twinkly stars either. It's kind of nice. Anyways, I can't fucking stand flat earthers sometimes, though. But yeah, people sit there and they always, like, I'll be watching one and they'll be, like, asking me questions all the time. She stopped and she was like, what the hell are you listening to? And I got her to listen to it for a little bit. And the similar response that I get most of the time from most people is, what the fuck are you watching? And I have to sit there and explain to them why people sit there and think the earth is fucking flat. And they're like, it's not flat. It's not damn flat. Like, I understand some of the science behind, gravity and whatnot. But I watch those documentary series all the goddamn time. I get her to watch them sometimes, too. The one I was watching earlier was The World at Night or something like that on Netflix. It's an animal documentary all done at night with infrared cameras and heat cameras. And
that's cool.
Oh my god, they follow this puma around. Yeah, that's my liquid eyeliner that you can use. I got that from, I think, BoxyCharm or something like that. But anyways, I think I'm done. Am I done? I'm done. I don't know. I'm just playing around with makeup. I just wanted to sit there and play around with makeup a little bit. And when I have a conversation with my stepdaughter here about flat earth and get her answers to some of these questions. She got most of them right. So, I definitely can say you're not a flat earther. And you're smarter than all the flat earthers that I've seen.
I mean, that's not much of a compliment.
I mean, on the grand scheme of things, no, it's not much of a compliment. But I mean,
yeah.
At least
I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm not a flat earther.
I can sit there and honestly say you're not a fucking idiot. Like, I say that's a win. See, you can do your wing eyeliner so much better than me. I can't do wing eyeliner for shit.
Really?
I mean, I practice. I did a couple of times where it's not too bad, but
it's taken me years.
Tati actually came up with a really good way of doing. I did it the other day, and it's you take your eyeliner pencil and you line it up to the corner of your eye. Like, I might not be able to do it, but you can line it up to the corner of your eye, and that's where you start your dot. And you can sit there and just go straight in. I'm going to end up wiping this shit off anyways, but you sit there and you go straight in. Mm-hmm. You literally just line up your pencil like that.
I can't do that because I have hooded eyes and it looks retarded.
What do you think I got for him? I got hooded eyes for... This is all just my brow bone. Like... I got hooded eyes for damn days. I have to sit there and bring I have to bring my freaking eyeshadow up really high or you're not going to be able to see the shit.
Same.
Like, as soon as I open up my eye, it's all gone. All my work is gone. But I did some shit. Like, I put some stuff on my eyeballs. I have to sit there and bring it up so high because you can't see it otherwise. And I have to sit there and do it underneath. Because it just has to sit there and go together. Because otherwise, literally, you can't see anything that I did with my makeup at all. And then I put glasses over top of it. And it's gone.
Feel that.
And honestly, before I sat there and actually started watching the makeup videos and doing my own makeup on a regular lately, I didn't have any of this shit. Like, this is all new. I mean, she can kind of attest to that, because I didn't have makeup at all, except for eyeliner and some mascara.
Mm-hmm.
And this is literally just practicing over the last last year or so. And I've gotten BoxyCharm and Ipsy and things like that. I got these makeup brushes mainly to sit there and do an unboxing, but I didn't realize that they were going to be eyeshadow brushes that you would use for like cream paints and whatnot. So we cleaned them up with that 90% alcohol because, you know, we don't want no diseases on our eyeballs or at all. Honestly, I picked up the package. I almost forgot that I ordered the damn thing because I ordered it in January. It's now March. And it did get here faster than it predicted. It actually predicted that it wasn't going to be here until, I believe, April 11th. So, yeah, you know, things and stuff. China under quarantine and things. So I do have other items that I have. That is horrible sounding on my audio, I'm just saying.
So sorry. I apologize if you're especially wearing headphones.
But yeah, I sat there and I ordered a few different things. That's the first one that showed up. It was literally one of those items that they had on Wish that you clicked it. It said it was for free. All you had to pay for was shipping. Paid the shipping. They are really nice brushes. They're super soft. They're just incredibly densely packed, and I would not use them on my eye except for on the underside of my eye, maybe to do some like cream paints or to do some detail painting. I don't know. I don't know if I'll actually ever get into doing some of those more artistic and creative ideas. Right now, I'm just doing my basic looks and getting used to doing those. She's finishing up her eyeliner.
Tis a process.
That's why I don't do it. It just takes too damn long. And then like that one, I've used that eyeliner maybe 5 or 6 times. Maybe 5 or 6 times, but it doesn't go really good over like sparkly eyeshadow. Like, so like if I sat there and I used
a lot of sparkly eyeshadow.
Right. You used a lot of sparkly eyeshadow. So, like, that's why it's not gliding over it very good.
Oh, gotcha. I don't normally use the marker ones anyways. I like the fine tip liquid.
I had some of that. I think it was CoverGirl. That was actually pretty decent. I think I used the rest of it up on Izzy for when she did Gwenum for Comic-Con.
Oh, that's cool.
If you want to sit there and see pictures from Comic-Con, I have it on my Facebook, which is a public page. And it's facebook.com RennieBaby. My Instagram is also RennieBaby. All of my platforms are RennieBaby, actually. I'm also a mixer. Every once in a while I sit there and I get on and play video games and stream at the same time and chit chat with anybody that comes in on the chat stream. If you could give me a like and subscribe on here while she's finishing up that. But yeah, she did awesome at all of the flat earth proofs, and she also sit there and pretty much passed all of the litmus tests. And yeah, definitely not a flat earther, and definitely not a fucking idiot. Okay.
So it's mascara. Oh, and thank you.
You're very welcome, my dear. Oh, that was my BoxyCharm one that I got. It's pretty vulgar.
It's gorgeous, though.
I love the packaging on it, don't you?
Yeah.
Let me see that. I'll show you. It's that kind of stuff in the background.
If only I had my lashes with me.
It's got that.
I have no eyelashes.
You got enough to. It sits there, and that actually is not too bad. I'm telling you, my superhero one is the fucking bombastic one. But it's getting to the point where I need to throw it away. It's getting chunky. But I almost don't care because it makes it look like it sticks my eyelashes together a little bit better and makes them look kind of fluffy. Like I have fake eyelashes on. But I have really good eyelashes. I like my eyelashes. I like my skin tone. This is like actually the only makeup that I'll wear. I go to work. When I go to work, I don't sit there and put on any foundation on. Every once in a while, I'll put a little blush on my face, just to sit there and rosy at my cheeks, and highlighter. And I didn't even do that right now. I just wanted to do my eyes. That was my look with the Bloodlust palette. I did use a little bit of the Mini Breaker palette. I was going to use the Executioner, but honestly, I can't. I've used that one a couple of times. It's the black one with the purple and pink flecks in it. It's really, pink and gold flecks. And it's really, really pretty. And it's really, really pigmented. But it's literally like so dusty. When you sit there and you put it down on your eye, it fluffs everywhere. And then you end up having literally gray streaks. If it doesn't fluff away from when you actually use it very nicely. So you end up having a mess. So you end up having to sit there and having to do your eyes first, or you will ruin the fuck out of your makeup. And yes, this is my little crossover of talking about flat earth and doing makeup. I do and watch both. I do my nails as well. These are my nails. That was basic. I used a pink from, I believe, Clean Color, which is one that I get off of Amazon. And my just a black on the bottom. And then I used one called by Sinful Colors, which is the green and blue, like mermaid flecks on top of that. I have all kinds of different art ideas and art projects and whatnot that I'm trying to sit there and get them all out. But like, I'm so scatterbrained and ADHD that I can't focus on one thing sometimes. So like, I collected a bunch of nail polish. Now I've moved on from nail polish. Now I'm onto makeup. So, and you know, I always like talking about science or animals or the documentaries I watch, or even politics and things like that. So anything's pretty much up for grabs on my channel. I rant about some things. Earlier I was going to do a rant about how I've been getting messages from guys through my Instagram and them trying to steal me away from my boyfriend. So that was all nice. But anyways, there you go. That's good. I like that one. Yeah, I like that. I like that.
That's the best I've ever done my eyeshadow.
It's really easy to do your eyeshadow with it. I'm sorry.
I've never had good eyeshadow.
I mean, I can't say enough. Like literally, you can do a lot of good shit with just good eyeshadow. You can make really pretty looks. You don't sit there and have to look like you're a hobo.
You want to see it up close?
There you go. Yes. It's really pretty nice. Pretty. And the sparklies. I love his eyeshadow so much.
So pretty.
If I had enough money, I would buy all of his palettes. Actually,
how many does he have?
He has, let's see, he has Beauty Killer, Androgyny. Oh. I'm doing this off the top of my head, by the way.
There's also Conspiracy, right?
Yeah, so
with
we
Shane
have
Dawson.
Beauty Killer, Androgyny. There's Blood Sugar, Blue Blood, this one, Conspiracy palette, the Jawbreaker palette, the Thirst palette.
Damn,
I'm not sure.
A lot of palettes.
He has a lot of palettes. But his eyeshadows are so damn good. They're expensive though. That's the only problem that I have, is that I used tax money to buy this and the Mini Breaker because I splurged on myself on makeup things to sit there and start doing my YouTube. Mm-hmm. And this was one of the ones that I had to must have kind of things.
Yeah.
And
that's how I felt about the James Charles Artistry palette until the whole scandal stuff.
Yeah,
I was so over him at that point. I have not gone back.
Actually not too long ago, I sat there and I sent it to Izzy, but she ended up ordering his brush set off of Ulta. His expensive ass brush set, and they got 50% off on there. So she got the whole entire brush set for $20.
Damn.
Yeah, like 40 brushes for $20.
That's nuts.
You sit there and you know something's going wrong when they're sitting there doing 50% off on shit.
On someone that popular.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm sorry that the second palette that they came out with was literally a miniature version of the first one.
Mm-hmm.
For fuck's sakes, you could have sat there and just be like, "Oh, this is just an extension of this one," not sit there.
You could just be like portable,
right?
Portable palette.
No, he wanted to sit there and
size.
tried to make it all sound like it's brand new and shit. And it's literally just a miniaturized version. Whatever. All right, so there's my chit chat about makeup, flat Earth, and all that. So yeah, like and subscribe. Mention that again. And well, I guess I'll sit there and I'll see you guys on the next one that I sit there and decide to play with makeup or chat about something or rant about something, because I'll find something to bitch about at some point in my life. I always do. So thanks for coming. Bye.
Bye.